heard this or not. I mean, I read it, so I don't know if anybody read it or not either. But a couple of days ago, China switched on their artificial sun, which is 5 times hotter than the actual real sun that supposedly circles our solar system. This artificial sun is 5 times hotter. And they switched it on and had it up and running for what I would imagine a scientist that works in that type of sophisticated field would consider to be an eternity. It was switched on and working for 17 seconds. Now you're going to say 17 seconds is not a long time. On a planet, to have something manufactured and created by humans that's 5 times superior to the actual real thing, or so that's what they're telling us. 5 times hotter than the actual real sun. To be able to successfully turn that on and it work for 17 seconds is probably more impressive than the creation of the atomic bomb. I don't know what to tell you. As a nerd and a geek that kind of finds things like this interesting, to say the least. That was quite impressive. Now, some people were like, why even develop something like this? The researchers gave that answer in the article. Apparently, the aspirations for this artificial sun are to, well, provide free energy to every person on the planet. Now that sounds noble. But you know, they always start off with noble aspirations before things ultimately get hijacked for, well, more nefarious and insidious aspirations. I think the common phrase is the road to hell is paved with good intentions, if you believe in this heaven or hell thing. But just so you know, a lot of times people want to blame the person or people that create something as though they're the ones that use their creation or talent to do the harm. You don't blame the individuals who actually give the command to use something in a harmful way. It's kind of like social media. Everybody wants to blame the companies. And there's definitely a lot of blame that can be put on the companies. But a lot of the users don't even know how to properly use social media. They misuse it all the time. So you can't really blame the scientists who created this artificial sun if something goes wrong. It probably won't be the scientist who created it that does the thing that would make it go wrong. It would be somebody else that has no knowledge about it. Generally, this is how these things work. Somebody that has no knowledge about it. Somebody that has no knowledge about why it was even created. That just wants to use it for a nefarious or insidious purpose. That's how shit happens. Now, hopefully that doesn't happen. 5 times hotter than the real, actual sun. This artificial sun. That was in some kind of casing. I don't know. Man, whatever casing they made that into. That's also impressive as fuck. Five X hotter than the sun. What did you put that in? That it didn't just melt and blow up that whole room? How big is this sun? This artificial sun? Or how small is it? Or what is it? What is it made of? There's so many different questions. Probably have various different answers. We should applaud this as a breakthrough. You know, science doesn't have to be tribal like everything else. We know the politics has gotten so tribal. But science is about improvement for the general society. Scientific breakthrough in medicine, the vaccination. The World Health Organization chief said it best. You can't end COVID-19 until you end inequality. We wouldn't probably have gotten another variant, or it would have taken some time down the road if we had focused collectively as a group of human beings on the planet to ensure that everybody gets vaccinated. Unless you're one of those people that goes to a free vaccination clinic and you start trying to tear the tent apart. You know that they're not going to get vaccinated. But everybody that actually wanted to get vaccinated, if they could get vaccinated. And some countries have done actually a better job than the United States. Many countries in Latin America have a much higher rate of vaccination than the United States. But there's all of Africa, all of these East Asian countries. There's billions of people in India. It's going to take a long, long time to vaccinate a society and country like India, even if you have a robust and good governmental plan to do it. It's just a lot of people. We're still at 64% here in the United States of fully vaccinated individuals. And we're the country that developed 3 of the vaccinations in-house. And we're at 64%. And we have about 330 something million people. India has about 2 billion. So you can imagine why it's frustrating in this country that we haven't, well, gotten to peak yet. No, we haven't hit peak of Omicron. And I'm going to do a video very shortly about that. But this artificial sun, it's a scientific breakthrough. You want to be happy about scientific breakthroughs and not tribal. That's the beauty about science. Science doesn't have any country, any borders. You can discover something in one country, and it can help out your country and a lot of other countries. This artificial sun. It's a good breakthrough. It's on par with the atomic bomb or dynamite, TNT. But the atomic bomb and dynamite were used for violence and war. I really would hope that we don't use an artificial sun 5 times hotter than the real sun the same way we would use an atomic bomb or dynamite. If we keep things with scientists, they don't tend to get politicized. But when people start to politicize science, just like they politicize everything else, it's very detrimental for the whole entire society.